Into game number 3 at the moment, so I'll set up the overlay, then we'll talk about the sponsors and all these wonderful things as they're kind of 1-to-1 on this old school map. Anyways, I don't know a whole lot about the third sponsor, so I'm just gonna go with the two that are in Team Liquid Thread, because I actually remember talking about them back when we did this halfway through last year. But one of them is like a Bitcoin sponsor, SC2 BTC guys. They actually implemented a thing called the Gauntlet. If you've ever seen Queenie from My Insanity stream, she was kind of showcasing it for a little while. It's kind of cool. It's just like a random, it's almost like its own ladder system, but with Bitcoins and like prizes and points. It's kind of neat. But yeah, check them out. And I don't know a lot about iParty Norge, but apparently it's a big Norwegian like event management agency, so maybe if you see lands, they're probably the culprits for setting them up. I don't know how to phrase it better than that, but big shout outs to both of them for, of course, sponsoring. It's not just today, guys. Like this one show match in particular, or not show match, the grand finale here, it's not in particularly what they're sponsoring. They did the entire league, the entire season, and this is again the grand finale. Anyways, we got an early pull coming out of Snute, we got an early pull coming out of Targa. Let's get into the introductions real quick. Spawning in the lower left corner of the map, he's going to be from Team Liquid, the red Zerg player Snute.
And the top left, Oz, the blue Zerg, it is Targa.
The clan ass to mouth. Alright, so Targa, I think, was an 8+. I was trying to get through the sponsor spiel real quick, and I think Snoot's was a 9, is that correct?
Yes. 9 or 10.
Well, either way, they both went for gas on top of this, which... This is that hilarious thing where on Whirlwind, and I remember this on Whirlwind specifically, where you go into Whirlwind, you're like, oh look, we got this big map, it's going to be a macro game every time, but you would never see that, and especially in ZVZ, so this is like super nostalgic for me, where you see like the all-ins on Whirlwind, and they both scouted each other already, of course, with the Overlords passing by, so they both know, north and south, left side spawn locations. Now, Targa's links coming out first isn't necessarily an advantage, because Snute, if he catches them in the right spots, awkwardly in the middle of the map, might be able to take a good fight. The bushes are actually a great place to hide in. I know you can see health bars, but a lot of people tend to forget that, and they'll walk right past units lurking in bushes a lot of the time, because they cut off that vision. You need like an Overlord floating on top of it to see through.
Alright, so Targa did see those lings. Snute has not, but I think he might have scouted. Well, actually, I'm not sure what he scouted. He scouted the gas, so yeah, both players know that they went for an early pool, and I'm not quite sure what they're going to do
Snute cannot take this
besides that, whether or not it's speed or Baneling nests, and of course we know that Snute did go for that Baneling nest, so Targa's actually getting a defensive one. I think it's defensive anyways. It's going to get really weird. You don't usually see one base Zerg versus Zerg,
yeah,
you know, for a long time anyways, but
well, you know,
this might be that case.
You call it defensive. I think it's better to phrase it as necessary, because it's going to be.
that's a good way to put it. It's necessary. Plus, it's not always offensive, especially in a scenario like this. It's probably is like, hey, I can use it. I'm going to use it.
Well, on the top of the ramp, if he waits with a couple Banelings, again, that could be a good spot for him to fight. But Targa and Snute, well, actually, again, Snute's going to be playing a little more I don't know, a little bit more blind than Targa, I guess. Again, that Overlord's really late to the party to see whether Targa even has a natural base or not. Snute is... I love Snute. I'm a big Snute fan, but I got to tell you, all 3 games today, even the one he won, he was kind of playing blind, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
Well, I think it's actually really just unfortunate spawns for him, because you can see that hatch first off for Targa, but not for Snute. That's also going to be, I thought the Metabot boost timing might be, a big deal, but it's not going to be. Targa is waiting to get for those Banelings. So they will both have speed, and they will both have Banelings, and no second hatch. Not something you usually see, but it is happening. And Snute, of course, now that he has speed, he can go ahead and check in around here.
I want to just point out the control Snute just displayed, guys. He was, of course, just running all his links forward in a big clump, but realized, oh, I'm going up a ramp. I better pull 1 or 2 back, or all of them back except for 1 or 2, so they can scout for me. Now, 1 Baneling for... this is going to be an awkward trade, actually, because you want 2 for 4, obviously, for Snute, but he needs these Banelings for the Zerglings more than anything else. Queen's doing a great job at focusing down the Banelings, though. This is a champion Queen, ladies and gentlemen. 5 kills, and they're pretty much all Banelings.
That went, like, perfectly for Snute. The problem was that Targa could not go up a ramp with Lings, or Snute's Baneling would kill it. So I had to go in 1 by 1 to make sure the 2 Banelings didn't kill 4 Banelings. It was just a whole bad situation for Targa.
That corpse went flying! Sorry. If you had an Overlord, like, you obviously don't want to have an Overlord near a ramp most of the time because the Queen will chase it down. But if you've got Lings in the natural base, the Queen's not going to push out blindly like that. So maybe for Targa, having an Overlord near the ramp would have been a little bit better for that
That's a good point. Yeah. But as it is, Snute does take a lead. Now look at those drones. He has the hatch up first as well, and Targa is actually getting more lings. I think he wants to actually try and, at the very least, kill this hatch.
He needs to, quite frankly, because he's not getting zoned down anytime soon. And for Snute, this, I don't know, it should be a piece of cake to defend compared to what he just dealt with.
Yeah, I felt the lag too.
Yeah, I saw that on my. Hopefully, it's not me or anything like that. But
it's you, Rifkin. Get out.
Dude, I always like. It's like a blatant statement you need to put down where it's like, guys, not me.
It was I feel like it stemmed from that one. What was it, like the IEM or the GPTS cast?
I don't know, but you know, it's like playing. It's caster mafia is what it is.
Game resumed.
Vote for the lagger. Get him out of the game. Lynch Emil type thing. But okay, these two queens, a little bit exposed, are actually in a bit of danger from Zerglings, but of course not from Banelings. He does, of course, want to focus fire down the Banelings of Targa, and Snute has been displaying great control so far in that regard, but Targa's no slacker, guys. I mean, the great thing about this... Oh, hang on, I'll talk about it in a second. Banelings going to be straight out for Banelings here. Nice focus fire from Snute. Once again, these queens are winning him this game, just outright.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, 9 Banelings is going to be a lot more difficult to snipe with just
these?
queens. Right, like, I mean, he's going to use all of his lings for Banelings, or most of his lings for Banelings, so that even if he uses all of them and kills everything that Snute has, Snute's going to have, like, an equal remax, well, not remax, but an equal, you know, ling's going to pop out and help him. So I don't know how well this is going to go.
Well, he's done a great job of keeping his own Banelings alive, still focusing firing down with the queens. I can't believe the precision Snute's displaying right now. 12 kills on one queen, 7 on another. And again,
my God.
Majority of these are Banelings.
He can't even focus on one queen. Like, when they're both at, like, equal health, that's not a good sign.
He's got transfuse is finally available. Oh, please transfuse. Okay. There you go. These queens have earned the right to live, Snute. He actually stuck in a spine crawler on top of this, as if this wasn't impossible already. Targa is now locked into one base. He's thrown away so many Banelings. The resources lost in the lower right really just... They say more than me or Zombie Grub ever could. This game is looking really rough here for Targa.
Yeah. 3 queens even had another spine crawler. Look at that.
Oh god, this is gonna be nasty. Yeah, just explosions left and right. That's pretty much it. At this point, Target's just kind of trickling units across. I mean, there's 10 Zerglings on the way. Fantastic. But again, what are they gonna get accomplished? But despite the way this is going at the moment, guys, again, like, I don't think we could have had better matched players at a high, like, quality of play like this. And that's what's really making this so entertaining. The fact that it's not like one player raffle stomping another.
Yeah, well, that's true. Although Snute this time, I feel like Snute, like, is in his element or something, because he is just playing absolutely perfect. I don't want to say that.
I hesitate saying perfect, but yeah, you're right. It's the closest thing to it without saying perfect, because, again, like, I almost want to go back and highlight those queens more than anything else. Never in a ZVZ have I seen 2 queens be so effective, so detrimental to the outcome of a match.
I mean, like, the first time I would almost say it was kind of easy. Like, Targa actually kind of gave those Banelings away.
At the top
of
the ramp.
But the second time, like, the 2 queens holding off the frontal assault, the natural, that was pretty special. And of course, Snute has known that there's no hatchery, so he throws up as many spine crawlers as he wants. He just has to defend and he wins, and he knows it.
This is the last big push out of Targa.
Doesn't even kill a queen.
Transfuses! Oh, Snute! Oh, getting another...
Oh, come on!
10 HP! 10... Like, it's not 1 HP, but 10 HP hype! 6 queens here. 3 spy crawlers. Good game is thrown down. Liquid Snute will now take the lead 2-1 in this best of 7.
Couldn't even get a queen.
That... Oh, man. I feel so bad for Targa. Like... You remember how we were talking about last game? There's a lot of, like, just barely moments? Let's get another one. Those queens were all within like double digits or less, like multiple times. Anyways, guys, we're quickly getting into the